Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're listening from. Welcome, welcome to another Rastafarian unification panel discussion. I am your host and moderator, Kambooster. It is definitely a pleasure to have you. We're actually live on Instagram, we're live on Facebook, and we are live on Reggae Storm Radio.com. It is going to be a really, really interesting panel because we will have momentarily joining us Ras Michael Fitzgeorge White from 12 Tribe here in the US. We'll have Ras Dallison Bobashanti from Tonga, West Africa joining us. We will have Bernard Richard representing Nyabingi out of Antigua, and our very own Mr. Errol Harvey, the CEO and founder of the NGO Center of Jamaica Culture and Development in Germany. So we will have our panelists join us momentarily. So make yourself comfortable, share the live. We're about to start. We're getting our panel, host of panelists on so we can have our discussion. Sorry so much for the late start, but it's going to be a great night. So share the live and invite everyone for this important discussion. Welcome, welcome. We have our panelists. Welcome, pleasant good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, because we have our panelists from different countries with us here on Reggae Storm Radio this evening. How is everyone doing? Welcome.
Blessed love, Rastafarian, Ras Richie, Wadadley.
Greetings, out of Germany, blessed.
Blessings.
Yes, one love. Go to New York. Thanks for the opportunity. Blessed. Love.
It is definitely my pleasure. And we are definitely missing Ras Dallison out of Tonga, West Africa. But we'll give him a few minutes, you know, the time difference and everything. So we'll give him a few minutes to join us. But in the meantime, it is definitely a pleasure to have the opportunity to moderate, you know, and to host another month of our Rastafarian unification panel discussion. And, you know, we have our viewers on Instagram, our viewers on Facebook, and our listeners all over the world who is locked in right now to Reggae Storm Radio.com who are waiting for this date. February 20th, 2023 is something that everyone is counting down because it's the third time we're doing this. And I must say, it's a pleasure. And thank you all for, you know, making it a point of your duty to be here. Thank you.
And we thank God so Mama come, you know, to be our compass, to be our leader, our representative to keep the fire burning. Because without you, you know, the ship can't roll, you know. So give thanks for the strength and energy and support, Mama Cam.
It is definitely my pleasure, Mr. Harvey. Thank you so much. Now let us kick it off. Mr. Harvey, let's start off with you. This is the third time we're doing our panel discussion. What has the aim of this panel discussion, for those who are listening, probably for the first time, is to renovate the house of Rastafari. We have three different, you know, members who are representing from each house. But how has it been so far? You've came up with this entire movement. How has it been so far?
Yeah, it's a lot of not really setback, but we in the house of Rastafari, these three mansion,
yes,
children not organized proper, the wish or the dream what this panel set up to achieve, because of that disorganized amongst the three mansions in the house of Rastafari, some little obstacles is there, can't achieve it as quick and fast as I wish, But the brethren from the three mansion, they're fully over, and it was mentioned twice, yes, they are not organized, properly, as I mentioned in the previous panel, So we still have to give them some time, but it is a very disappointed to know that Rastafari is not a backbush thing no more. Rastafari it is a front line, global, and at the same time the headquarters is not organized proper, and that is a really setback and disappointing within a certain sense that we're holding back the house, from moving forward, or holding back those rest of brethren who's not affiliated with none of these mansions, because you have enough brethren and sisters out there who are not Bobo, not 12 tribe, not Bingi.
Right.
All right? And the Bobo and 12 tribe and Bingi are not organized properly. They hold back those brethren hostage. They hold them hostage within the house of Rastafari, So, but at the same time, we have to understand that 400 years we don't know Babylon. Saying, so it's a struggle to bring evil brethren to move our, that we have that the house of Rastafari have a responsibility, and so what we really want to see happen that these brethren understand that fully, that they are the problem also, so they have to come out of the way and give the brethren and sisters who are willing to work so the house can fulfill its mission.
Thank you.
That is the obstacles.
The obstacles that's in the way. Well, you're on the right panel this evening, so we're going to try to see what solutions we can come up with, and that's why we also have our rest of panelists who has joined us, from different countries and is representing very well. So let us just move right over to Honorable Ras Michael, representing 12 tribes. You're a community development worker and entrepreneur in the USA. Welcome again to the panel. And for just those who are listening and probably not familiar with you, Ras Michael, just give us a brief, introduction of yourself and the house you represent.
Yeah, greetings to all. Love and blessings to everyone globally. Michael White, official name, Babylon name, but I'm baptized in Ethiopian Orthodox Church was towards a brand in 1971. That same year, I was introduced to what was happening in Jamaica. This is 1971, which is the organization Ethiopian World Federation Charter 15, what just started from 1968, and I became a member in 1971. That was very, for me as a Rasta youth at the time, because at about 16, 17, I was coming out of Black Power, and Africa consciousness, then to the divinity of His Majesty. When I behold what was happening in Jamaica in 1971, the gathering of the Ethiopian World Federation Charter 15 / 12 tribes of Israel.
Yes.
Because at the same time they were organizing through the Federation that His Majesty had set up 1937, through his emissary, Dr. Malaki Ben, and gave us as a gift for Black people in the West, or Black people worldwide, this noble organization. Our leaders at the time Dr. Vernon Carrington and Brother Douglas, Nathaniel Douglas, Nathan Benjamin and John Chambers, 4 brethren from Trenchtown, who was in the Federation already, but wanted, after 1966, after His Majesty visit,
yes,
because they were motivated by his message and His Majesty coming to Jamaica in 1966, speaking to us, the whole Jamaica community, plus directly to Rastafari as well. One of the messages that stand out was that we must organize and centralize. Mm-hmm. Now him say, I know we are all from many different tribes.
Yes.
But we must organize and centralize and come in one body.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And through that message, our brethren from Trenchtown picked that up and, because they were in Federation before as well and knew about it, mm-hmm. They wanted to have a charter for themselves and they thought that they would carry it to a next level in terms of getting the youths involved, the school youths at the time and all different factions of the society, move this mission and this message. Mm. Now, what they did is that they, again, His Majesty words, but everything was done through the Spirit of the Most High, Haile Selassie I, the power of the Holy Trinity, His messages. So the Bible speech that His Majesty had put out, giving us the message, the good word, that in Ethiopia he has one of the oldest versions of the Bible, but no matter what version, the words remains one and the same. So, we know we got the 66 books that in the West published King James Version, but we know in Ethiopia it's 81 books, means the Apocryphas and the life of Christ, Yeshua, the Messiah, growing up as well up until 30. But we notice in the 66 books, the canon, like King James put out, they left out that integral part of Yeshua, the Christ, life.
Yes, yes.
So we read about it. They suggested that a part of the organization technique, I need to go in this, because this is unique, because this is bringing church and state together.
Right. I'm going to come right back. To the meat of the matter in what you're saying. I'm just going to take the introductions first.
Yes. Okay.
Before we come back.
Right ahead.
Yeah, so we're going to just keep the introduction a bit short because, we want to come right back into it. Now, from Tonga, we'll come right back. We're still waiting on our brethren over there from Tonga, West Africa. Now, Honorable Vinard Richard, representing Nyabingi out of Antigua. Welcome again. Just go right ahead. Give us a brief introduction for our listeners as what you do, because you are representing Antigua and you're part of the Nyabingi.
Blessed love, Rastafari. Hope that you can hear my voice. Rastafari from Wadadli, Antigua. I've been part of the Rastafari organization since I was a youth. Well over 16 to 17 years, but I've been consistently contributing since 2016. Mm-hmm. The mission here in Wadadli at Ras Freeman was really and truly to build a tabernacle on the grounds that was given to the organization by the government, which happens to be an old sugar plantation, Willis Freeman plantation. So from 2016, we have been constantly working on the tabernacle that has been in development since the early 2000s, when the Rastafari left the hills of Green Hill, Monks Hill area and forward to Freeman. Mm-hmm. So I stopped working for Babylon, the system, since 2016, and I've been there up till now, and the mission still is to focus on constructing the tabernacle, which would be the area that most of the Rastafari brethren in Wadadli will congregate. I'm also the co-founder of Humble and Free Wadadli, which is an ecotourism company that's based in and around the Rastafari community as well. I'm also a director for Rastafari Food for Life, which is the legal business arm of the Rastafari community.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you're a born Antiguan?
Yes, born Antiguan.
Okay. Now, what has the support like been in Antigua though, towards the Rastafarian house, the Nyabingi?
It has been good, mostly from since 2018, since we obtained the legal rights to plant sacramental cannabis. It has been really good. I have to give thanks to everybody in and around Antigua who has been supporting us. Yeah, good times, bad times, but majority of the times you just got to give thanks to the Most High.
Wow, that's interesting to find out that you're getting really great support. Not many countries, including our own Jamaica, can say that. What is the biggest challenge you have over there, though, in Antigua?
There are many challenges, but for one, I can definitely say more times the weather, water conditions aren't like, you have it in Jamaica, a lot of water, but we do have the challenges because it's generally a dry country. That is one, and we will see participation from much more of the, brethren in and around Wadadli who are Rastafari. It's just to keep sensitizing them so they could see the mission that we're on as Rastafari.
Yes. Wonderful. We're still waiting on Ras Dellison from Tonga, West Africa, but if he does not get a chance to come on, we will definitely have to, we will have somebody else to represent from Jamaica. But just giving him a few more minutes. But yes, thank you so much, Honorable Bernard Richard. That is very, very informative, and it's great to know. If you're just joining us, welcome. My name is DJ Kambooster. I am the moderator and host of this lovely Rastafarian unification panel discussion. We are live on Instagram, live on Facebook, and live on ReggaeStormRadio.com. So that's 3 places to choose where you want to listen to this interesting conversation or discussion that we're having right now. Okay, so Mr. Harvey, why did you come up with this entire movement? And you insist that it should go on. You insist that there should be a renovation in the house of Rastafarian because you see that it's not really, the way it should be, and you're insisting that there needs to be more unification. We heard from Honorable Ras Richie over there in Antigua. We know that some places, all different countries, different things happen. They're getting the support. Some countries have more support than the other. But what keeps you so motivated, Mr. Harvey, in keeping this mission on?
First, I live in this house as well, so that pushed me forward to know that, I see it, each and every individual in the house of Rastafari, no matter if I'm a Bobo, Bingi, 12 tribe, or who is not Bobo and 12 tribe, as long as them are Rasta, them have a right to see to it that the house run in the right and proper way.
Yes.
The house belongs to, you know what I mean? So I just only try to play my part,
Right.
Like the mama and papa, your duty as a picnic in the yard, you as a boy, you have to go look the hood and see that coconut in the yard and yam dig and then wait there. See the girl child clean the house and sweep up the yard. Sometimes the boy sweep the yard too.
Yes.
And but it goes. So I know say I have to play my part in the house.
Yes.
And when I look and see that many brethren always attack boys.
Yes.
The hardcore of Rastafarian movement, is to see to it that back to Africa, then put it that way, back to Africa. you know,
Yes.
and a lot of talking about this thing, back to Africa, and there's no one can show a concept then, put it that way, a concept, you know, about return back to Africa. You know what I mean? So I see that I have to make my little voice heard as well. This is what I mean, because I want to see this come to fulfillment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know? And because Back to Africa is not a one organization or a Bingy or a Bobo or a 12 tribe can accomplish this. It's not possible, you know? So we always have to have a government to accomplish that, because repatriation based on a governmental level, you know. Saying, and if you notice it, Bingy talk about repatriation, Bobo talk about repatriation, and 12 tribe talk about repatriation. But none of them, I cannot see them coming together and to form a government in the house of Rastafari to fulfill that mission of a repatriation and reparation. You know what I'm saying? So I say, okay, I come up with this panel to bring them together, send them a letter, make them see the mission where we're there on, saying, and then now, when they come together now, we can form that government. Like I was talking to Bongo Wisely and Elder Ras Jabolani and some more other brethren,
Yes.
you know, Ras Abdul, you know, and more brethren. Said we have to call for a Rastafari global conference, because those brethren, as I mentioned before, who sit in the administration of Bobo, 12 tribe and Bingy administration, they are holding back the work and the duty of the house of Rastafari. So we want to call a conference now to move those people so the mission of the house of Rastafari can fulfill, because the government of Jamaica are no post-colonial government, can't full repatriation, and one government can do that, and at the house of Rastafari. You see what I mean? So if we don't organize that, can fulfill my sister. And at these things drive me day and night. I wake up, I ask Jah, what next can I do that Burton and Burton can over what this panel is all about? See? And that drive I day and night. And give thanks that the eye is there with I to straighten I on this mission. And I hope every Rastaman on this planet Earth can see the work of Dj Kambooster doing to see that this repatriation come to a fulfillment. You know, say, yeah, Mama, come, thanks. So these are things drive I to see it fulfilled, and I will not stop. Right now, we launch a Rastafari global newsroom, right? So what Virgin and Virgin can send in their report what happened in the house of Rastafari, saying,
Yes.
to the newsroom, and we broadcast it. You know, saying, and if sister and brethren out there are run a business place, say, and want them product to advertise, just send, give you some information about your product, and we broadcast it for you.
Right.
You see what I mean? Because it's all about spiritual and economic development. You know, see it as a full balance.
Yes.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
I think
So that's why it's important.
Yes, I think this is really a great cause, great platform, and you know, a lot can be achieved. The International Global Newsroom is also wonderful, and we're looking forward to hearing from Sister Keturah out of Barbados momentarily, probably in the next 15 minutes, that she definitely will be giving us the news. So it's great, you know, different regions, we can hear what is happening, you know, all over when it comes on to the House of Rastafarian. So this is a great initiative, great movement, Errol, and I just want to say thanks again.
Bless
All right.
Rastafari.
Now, Ras Michael, you're based in the US. I didn't hear earlier. How long have you been in this region? You can unmute, Ras Michael.
Yeah.
Yes. I
From the
didn't.
70s. From the 70s. From the
Okay.
70s.
Okay. Now, you know, repatriation, you know, moving back to Africa, a lot of people don't understand the concept. Some people, I've heard, think it's a physical movement. Others think it's more than that. Emotional, you know, spiritual. What do you think? How do you explain that? How do you explain repatriation?
Yeah.
Is that something that your house, the house that you represent, is fully endorsing? Is that at the forefront? Is that, yes? Is that something? Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we exemplify that effort.
Great.
But, you know, yes. So this mansion, of course, to all Rastafari tenants, one of the tenants of Rastafari, right?
Yes.
Is to go back home.
Yes.
To our motherland, our fatherland, right?
Right.
So that's one of the most important tenets, because that is where we can exercise and carry out our culture, social, religious, spiritual, you know, and manifest it, because we originally are Africans scattered abroad.
Right, right.
But I want to respond to what I was hearing about, for example, my beloved brethren Errol saying about the movement and Rastafari house. I want to give him some good news.
Yes. Go
The
ahead.
good news about the unification of Rastafari. And when you talk about the different mansions, I think we should say mansions and not the house.
Mansions. There you go.
Yeah, they are mansions.
Yes.
And the good news is that in my father's house, there are many mansions.
There you go.
And this message, this house I'm talking about, it was given to us from our head estate, the King of Kings, through the throne of David. And he gave us this document, this institution, this Ethiopian World Federation. And I hear Abe say it, you know, I hear Abe say what we need is our own government. Because repatriation, the most important tenet, is, as Errol Garvey said, is government to government.
Yes.
And it is good news, because the government that I'm talking about, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, you know, as Rastafari, as mansions.
Right.
You know why? Because our Father has already given us the document, given us this constitution, given us this royal edict, you know what I mean, hand it down and say it is ordained. And this is our divine destiny.
Yes.
And that's the preamble of this organization, Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, Constitution and Bylaws, that was established August 25th, 1937. Everyone knows that's during the Italian invasion, right?
Right.
So it's because that started 1935 October, and Victory Day was May 5th, 1941. So in 1937, it was one of the hottest time of the battle, and His Majesty had went to League of Nations, 1936, to claim and ask the people, what would I give back to my people? What is the word, you know what I mean? And delivered an astounding, you know, speech on that day, knowing that the League of Nations betraying him and after act, because they are the ones supporting Italy. You know what I mean? As well as England. But the state of the point and the message is that His Majesty in 1937, by the request of Africans Americans in the US and all across, wanted to support our last bastion, our king, Haile Selassie I. And you know, and Italy, the fascist invasion from Italy, Mussolini and the Pope. Because we must remember, of course, is the Pope blessing the arms of Mussolini and giving him the so to speak, the hocus pocus blessing, trying to, you know, protect the motherland. So this was the atmosphere at that time. And His Majesty respond to that was to send back Dr. Malaki Ibn. That's why I say it's good news, you know. Have you ever heard about Ethiopian World Federation, sis?
Yes, yes.
All right, so, but not in this detailed where it actually exists, because anything His Majesty put his hand and send out. It's not going to go back void. And this is established for generation to generation.
Right.
Yeah, like a government.
It is.
That righteous government on earth. Because remember, it's 3 constitution, His Majesty. Right, and that was the second one. Because the first one was right after the coronation. His Imperial Majesty the First, historically, wrote the first constitution for Ethiopia, 1931. And gave Ethiopia, instead of ruling by decree, like what the kings over the years used coming down from David time, so ruled by decree, you know, Theodosius, Menelik, everybody. But His Majesty now is a time now to bring Ethiopia from isolation in the hills, Mount Zion, into the modern world, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So this is the fulfillment of the Davidic covenant.
Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, Richie, one question.
Just before you move on, sis, can I just, because I was going to end with this,
Go ahead.
just to say a little more clearly about what the Federation is about, to just read the preamble.
Go ahead.
Right? This is what the preamble, just one paragraph.
Go ahead.
This is what His Majesty said. We, the black people of the world, in order to effect unity, solidarity, liberty, freedom, and self-determination, to secure justice and maintain the integrity of Ethiopia, which is our divine heritage, do hereby establish and ordain this constitution for the Ethiopian World Federation. So that's the preamble.
Okay. Thank you so much.
By His Majesty, yeah.
Thank you.
As I say, it's a gift. It's His Majesty, establish it, ordain it, as you hear, and send it to us in the Western Hemisphere. And so that's why I said this is the house. And the unity, I didn't agree with that Rastafari mansions are disorganized and so on. There's a lot of work being done over the years. We have to give the glass is more half full than half empty.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything is not perfect, but let's give ourselves credit as Rastafari now, from the coronation, 1930 now, right? So,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you so much for your input in that. Now, Richie, back to you representing Nyabingi, straight out of Antigua. What concrete steps is your mansion taking to form a Rastafarian government, if there's any steps?
Yeah, bless the Lord. Well, I have been serving the Constitution for the Rastafarian Foundation for the unification of Rastafari from ever since. Just to give you the mission statement of the organization is to organize and centralize the Rastafari community of Antigua Barbuda, building strong institutions and organizations directed to establish the Rastafari nation through sustainable trade and development programs and activities in pursuit of our ultimate goal and destiny of reparations and repatriations. So clearly you already understand what we've been doing for the last over close to 30 years as an organization, and we keep doing this by spreading the message to everyone who comes to our community. We're the only, you could deny being the brethren and sisters in the Caribbean who probably have a Nyabingi service every Sunday. We have scheduled meetings throughout the week, and we definitely keep the fire burning in terms of, letting people know our goals and our objectives. So once you forward to our community and you don't really have, the idea of what our mission is, just by the everyday living, you will definitely see what we're about.
Yes, yes. Well, you telling us that your mission statement, it's clear that your mansion definitely has a concept for repatriation, and that is very that is amazing, because listening, our listeners and those who are probably not familiar with the entire Nyabingi or 12 tribe, or Bobo Shanti, and you explaining, because it's good to know there is a mission, and you are, it's been over 30 years and you're still working on it, as you just mentioned. There you have services every week, so people know that something is actually going on. It may be not as fast as probably one expects, but that is something really great to hear.
Yes, and through the different businesses aligned with the Rastafari organization, you can see Rastafarian and Spirited, Humble and Free Redali. We deal with ecotourism. We have Rastafari Food for Life, the company that handles everything in terms of business for the Rastafari community. We are aligned with Grow Antigua, who is the only legal medical cannabis company here in Wadadli. And it's a form of, reparations, because where in other countries you still can't legally trade the cannabis. This is what we are already started here in Wadadli since November last year. So we're definitely on our way to reparations.
Reparation, that is good. Now, would you say the same, Ras Michael? Would you say the house of the 12 Tribe Mansion is on its way to reparation?
Repatriation, for the most part, clearly, because I think the responsibility lay on us to lead ourselves, govern ourselves, and, do for self. It's not just a repatriation, because we have been, over the years, we have seen, I mentioned the Ethiopian World Federation, right? Yes. What is good to note to that is Imperial Majesty, our Kidamawi Haile Selassie, first part of the world Trinity, has given us a gift with the black people in the world, right? Put it in a constitution, give us this vehicle, and in 1971. Now, 7 years after that, he also gave us Shashamane land grant. Like here in Shashamane, that we can, talking about repatriation and going home. And over the years, we have sent a lot of brothers and sisters who have children there, and even now get legal status, national ID, and certain, have children, maybe grandchildren too. Naya being a house here as well. And Virgin, international Virgin from all mansions is and Shashamane land grant.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is let us give ourselves and let us realize. And I want to give our Virgin Bernard Richards in Antigua.
Yes.
For the work we're doing, give thanks for that, yeah. Absolutely. That's establishment carrying out some important works that relate to what? Is it fully related to commerce and economical growth?
Yeah.
And I want to ask Brother Richards that. If it's for the purpose is for commerce and economical growth, that we can help our people, provide jobs. Our creed, our second creed, repatriation, and maybe 1A, 1B would be the hungry be fed. That's our responsibility. We have, as Rastafari, has been carrying out this with our community that we live, right? The hungry be fed, the naked clothed,
right.
The sick nourished, and the aged protected.
Yes.
The creed, that's the creed.
Yes.
And that's the responsibility. So I just wanted a feedback from Brother Richards.
Yes,
go right ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, go right ahead.
Are you working towards commercial, economical growth so you can help this community, right? That's the main.
Yes, sir. Right. That's the main thing, because with just like something you said earlier, having the separation with church and state, Hence the reason why we have the Nyabingi, and now we have the Nyabingi as a non-profit organization. Now we have Rastafari Food for Life as the business administration arm. So we are on our way in terms of employing people within the coming weeks and months going forward, because we are just about to start to receive our shares from the legal medical cannabis facility here in Antigua.
Wow.
So that is the model we're now setting up. And we definitely know brethren and sisters through CRO and the rest of the region have their eyes on this, because yes, we were definitely watching the Jamaican model, and we noticed some of the loopholes, and we definitely acted on it and made sure the government didn't try to restrict us in any way. Yes, there are a lot of restrictions, but we're definitely moving forward. Might be slow, but it's definitely swift in terms of where we're coming from 2018 to now.
Okay. So are you getting a lot of government assistance with that sector?
Of course, we definitely give thanks to the government of Antigua for the assistance. They're definitely always willing and ready to assist, because yes, it's something new. They actually have a board that's set up with one of our elder as a member of the governing board on the government side as well. So we really and truly have a model that anybody else in the Caribbean can truly follow.
Wow, that is amazing. Well, it's top of the hour right now, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 p.m. in the UK. So we're going to go ahead and get online Sister Kentura out of Barbados, who will definitely give us the news. Good evening, Sister Kentura.
Hello?
Yes, hi, good evening. Welcome to the Rastafarian Unification panel discussion. You're live on air. We're inviting you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Hello?
Wonderful. Glad to know you are great. You're live on air right now. You are coming on to give us the news.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Blessings and greetings to one and all, to members of the panel and those who are listening worldwide. This is the Global Rastafari News for the Unification panel. The news was compiled by the National Rastafari Registry Secretariat and Trust in Barbados, and is being read by Sister Keturah, based in Barbados. So we begin with news from the Bahamas. Rastafari makes demands to CARICOM. The House of Rastafari, Intermansions, Bahamas, on behalf of all Rastafari communities across the region, presented a letter containing several demands to the intersessional meeting of the CARICOM Heads of Government Conference, which convened in the Bahamas February 15th to 17th, 2023. The letter was presented through the Office of the Prime Minister of the Bahamas and called on all CARICOM governments to apologize for the grave atrocities perpetuated against Rastafari communities over the past 9 decades, and to show good faith through actions of restorative justice. The letter highlighted the example of the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda and promoted this as a model to be emulated and enhanced throughout CARICOM. The letter contains 7 main demands, namely, number 1, to ensure land ownership with infrastructural development, ecologically sustainable housing, and community-based development. 2, facilitate healthcare through the promotion of alternative medicine by establishing institutions for research and application of morally and ethically sound technologies. 3, finance the establishment of educational institutions that are in line with the historical, cultural, and spiritual truths of Rastafari, and include same in the mainstream curriculum at primary, secondary, and tertiary levels. 4, legal recognition of the theology of Rastafari, highlighting such in public discourses and ensuring that all the associated benefits accrue to Rastafari communities. 5, establishment of financial pools to be managed by Rastafari for access to Rastafari entrepreneurs for the economic empowerment of their families and communities. 6, provide funding for psychological and emotional support to address the years of trauma inflicted upon the Rastafari community by agents of the state, allowing for the establishment of spaces specifically designed to offer mental health services in keeping with the Rastafari faith. And number 7, allow the unrestricted movement of cannabis throughout the region for the Rastafari community's sacramental and other traditional uses. Still in the Bahamas, in a related bit of news, the House of Rastafari Intermansions Bahamas will host its monthly radio show on Reggae Storm Radio platform, Reggae Storm Radio platform, as a platform to unite across the seas and discuss issues that are vital to the Rastafari community on an international level with like-minded persons. In a letter dated January 23rd, 2023, the House of Rastafari Bahamas sincerely thanked the staff of Reggae Storm Radio, its host, DJ Kambooster, and Ras Errol Harvey for this golden opportunity. The letter was signed by Honorable Prophet Jamiki Bowie on behalf of the Executive Council of the House of Rastafari at the Ethiopia-Africa Black International Congress. Moving to Jamaica, we have another item. The Haile Selassie Technical High School held its health fair January 16, 2023. On the 16th of January 2023, Rastafari TV Network hosted their 5th annual health fair held at the Haile Selassie Technical High School in St. Andrew, Jamaica. The health fair was a joint effort sponsored by Sight Media, Rastafari TV, and Jaja Foundation, and many volunteers and staff of the school worked hard to make the day a huge success. The day started with devotions, which included blessings from the Ethiopian Orthodox clergies of the Holy Trinity Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which is on Maxfield Avenue, the Maxfield Avenue branch, and other religious leaders in and around the community. This year's health fair was attended by hundreds of people, including students, faculty, and citizens of neighborhood communities who benefited from the services of over 33 healthcare professionals who were on hand to take care of medical needs of all who came out. There were dentists, gynecologists, optometrists, medical doctors and nurses, as well as volunteers of the Jaja Foundation. Now, this is a foundation of Jamaicans abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. The entire medical effort was spearheaded by Dr. Dixon, who's based in New York City. JN Bank, one of the sponsors of this health fair, was on site to offer financial literacy and other banking services to attendees. Breakfast, lunch, and refreshments was provided for all attendees, with food sourced mainly from local farmers who are being encouraged to join forces with the organizers to provide fresh produce. Now, if you are a farmer or a volunteer and would like to participate in this great initiative, Visit Rastafari TV Network website at www.rastafaritv.com. You can also volunteer. People can also volunteer with Jaja Foundation during their annual Mission for Change trip to Jamaica at the various health fairs that are held in schools and communities. And a version of this health fair is also held in the dance hall, and it is dubbed Healing the Dance Hall. Jaja Foundation also trains and supports healthcare professionals in Jamaica's public hospitals. They put on lectures and hands-on workshops in evidence-based medical practices. For anyone who wants to know more about Jaja Foundation, who would like to donate or would like to volunteer, visit the website jajafoundation.org. You can also contact Karen Shields directly at karen@jajafoundation.org. Karen is the coordinator. This item was written and submitted by Marcia A. Tulloch, and you can reach her at uscollectively@gmail.com. Moving from Jamaica to Barbados, ICA, the Ecuadorian Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, continues to consolidate its Pinnacle Cooperative Project. ICA has established the Pinnacle Farms on 20 acres of state land to which it has access. In addition to cultivating vegetables and root crops, ICA is establishing an orchard of local fruits only. In tandem with the farm expansion, ICA has formally registered Pinnacle as a cooperative and will participate in farmers' markets where feasible. ICA has also restarted its Meet in Turn. Now, a Meet in Turn is an African-derived economic system. This current cycle of the Meet in Turn will run from January 22nd to August 5th. There are 25 members who are currently partners in this informal savings and credit network, which is derived from Africa as an economic safeguard. It's part of our cultural retentions. Moving to South Africa, Rastafari to protest police brutality and victimization. On March 1, 2023, the Rastafari community in South Africa will march from Prince's Park on Francis Bard Street to the police headquarters in Pretoria to protest against police brutality and victimization of Rastafari individuals and communities. The march is precipitated by a recent incident in which a brethren was forced into a police van and his locks were shorn off his head. The Rastafari community will gather in solidarity with the brethren and his family and march to the police headquarters in Pretoria. For further information, kindly contact Ras Kumkani at phone number 082-340-1492. Normally on March 1st, the Rastafari community celebrates and commemorates the victory of Emperor Menelik over the Italians in the Battle of Adwa. We have one item of promotion, the Ras King Organic Natural Rolling Paper. Ras King Ventures Limited are the producers of Ras King Organic Natural Rolling Paper. Ras King emerged out of a personal desire to change from the standard 32 papers to 70 papers and even to a larger pack of 75 papers. Ras King Ventures Limited is proud to be the first company worldwide to produce packs of 70 and 75 papers. Ras King rolling paper is made from organic, natural, unbleached hemp paper and also natural organic gum that is used to stick. Ras King main headquarters is in the UK, but the product can be shipped worldwide. Orders can be placed at the online shop, www.raskingrollingpaper.com. You can contact Rasking on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as TikTok, Rasking Rolling Papers. Rasking can be reached by telephone in the UK as well as in Ghana. And you can email raskingventures@outlook.com to place orders and to obtain further information. The prices can be found on the website of the online shop at www.raskingrollingpapers.com. And this item was submitted by Cynthia T. And this is the end of our global newsroom for today, February 20th, on the Rastafari Unification Panel. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the news of Sister Kentura out of Barbados. Wonderful. If you're just joining us, this is a Rastafarian Unification Panel discussion. It's a monthly discussion held every third Monday of each month right here on reggaestormradio.com. I am your host, DJ Kambooster, and we have a very interesting host of panelists this month, and I just want to say thanks to everyone who is locked in right now and is enjoying and listening to this great discussion that we are having, because indeed it is very, very informative. All right, and we just want to keep it that way. Let us just listen to a little music, just a little break since we just heard the news, and then we'll come back straight in to the discussion. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so if you're just joining us, we're still on Rastafarian Unification Panel discussion. Welcome to our viewers over there on Instagram, Kambooster_Productions, and those on Facebook, Kambooster Summer Figures, and those who are listening on reggaestormradio.com. Keep it locked. The discussion will continue. Mr. Harvey, you made all of this possible. Recently, we got a letter from the Rastafarian house over there in the Bahamas. Would you like to shed some light on that? What was that letter about? For those who don't know.
Yes, sis. Yeah, man, it's a really, I'm so happy to see that the Rastafari, them reaching out,
yes,
to this panel, and even congratulate the eye, because without the eye, this panel can't run, right?
Yeah.
So, them see the work of the eye, and I really appreciate it, and I really it's a joy to see that Rastafari, if I never one out there, and if one organization out there see the work of the eye, or this panel, and show that warm appreciation,
Yes.
And I hope from the 12 tribe and from the Baba, do the same, and the rest of the Bingi do the same,
Right.
and because it's all about unity, and I learned from early days, therefore one give us something, if you give a sweetie, you must always say thanks.
Sure.
To show that farmer appreciation,
Yes.
and this is what these brethren do in Bahamas.
Yes.
The house of Rastafari, intervention in Bahamas, and that is really nice of the Lion.
Yes.
You know, say from this house.
Yes.
Yes, I. So, you know, yes, I, Honorable Prophet Mikey Bowie, you know, saying, give thanks, my brother. I hope you're listening, and we all give thanks for the effort, you know?
Yes.
Yes, I.
Absolutely.
And next month, he will be on this panel, you know, to give more information, what drive him, but just the work of I and I drive him to send this warm letter to I and I at the panel at the Reggae Storm Radio station, you know?
Absolutely. Looking forward, definitely looking forward to speaking with him, you know, and it's so great. It's reaching a wide mass of people, and we have to be very, very grateful. So blessings to our brethren over there in the Bahamas. Thank you for that lovely letter. Bongo Wisely's on Facebook listening in. He loves the vibes. Thank you so much. I'm so happy and that you took the opportunity to listen in tonight. And to everyone who is locked in, whether you're listening on Reggae Storm Radio, on Instagram, on Facebook, you know, we really, really appreciate it month after month. The support is great. Wonderful. Okay, now we'll go right back to Ras Michael. This particular, you know, panel discussion to renovate the house. How do you see, you know, what other step do you see yourself doing and the house you represent going forward?
If thanks for that question, because it leads me right into, as I was telling you, we're talking now as mansions, right? Yes. So we talk about Nyabingi House, Bobo, and 12 Tribe, right? As mansions.
As mansions, yes.
But we are also part of the house, the house and government that Earl talk about. And it's our father established it. And I want to shout out to CRO, you know, great works we're doing in the Caribbean, Bunker, Brother Bunker Wesley, and others. So I just want to give the approval of the work I'm seeing going on worldwide, though, by our brethren. And I'm seeing it more positive. There's a lot of organizations establishing them, you know what I mean? We're coming together and working together as mansions.
Yes.
But my message and how I say we should go forward is just obedience. In other words, what is Majesty give us? Right? Different from the registration and things we might do in our locality, our constituency. That's based off Rome jurisdiction. Because anything in request, you know, there is their incorporation and stuff. What is Majesty give us? This constitution is worldwide, international in scope, and it's come a head of state, you know, and the throne of David. So it's a royal edict. It has to be established, it has to be done. It's going to be done. This is the house that we can, all the work that we're doing, maintain it.
Right.
You know, in Antigua, in the Caribbean, and all the organizations can maintain their identity. We can maintain our unique as mansions, maybe different spiritual, ceremonial, and you know, school of thought, but it's the same one God, one message. One God, one aim, one destiny.
Yes, yes.
And we're all saying, you know what I mean, as Africans, Ethiopians, to be clearer. Because when we say Ethiopians, we actually identify our race. African can identify the actual country, the land, the continent.
The continent, yes.
So, can a leopard change his skin? Or an Ethiopian his spots? So as black, what that message is in here, telling us that every black man is an Ethiopian by race, yeah, you know, your race identity. And that is what His Majesty do again by the great work Gaza was doing as the UNIA, United Negro Improvement Association. His Majesty now as a head of state and king, not prophet, but the king in this time, King of Kings. Use the sovereignty and authority as a head of state and establish an organization, a house that we can, all mansions and all organizations can be a part of and function independently under local or a charter You know what I mean? And I think that's the vision that is plainly shown His Majesty give us the gift. Not just say it, but hand it to us. It's established. It's running right now. And Earl, I know I'm going to have just a short time, but I'd like to share with you a number that I want you to keep in touch with. This is Sister Emma Young, the international organizer for the Ethiopian World Federation. Because what I want to tell everyone listening is that we have great organizing happening, and I love it. But the centralization of all of that can be done under the umbrella, should be done under the umbrella of the Ethiopian World Federation. That His Majesty established and give a constitution. So in terms, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. But we can continue doing what we're doing, but we function centralized under this noble institution, you know?
Yes.
Like the king, yes, which give us sovereignty and the right to govern ourselves, because we have all aspects of the government, you know. When I hear what Errol doing, I don't know if Errol do. I want to just mention Errol, the hospital that is doing starting in Jamaica too, coming up soon, right?
Yes, yes.
But everything in the framework. Great works.
Great works, yes.
So it's like each of us have different parts of the mechanism that can function as a government.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I just say this in before I know we have to share it and move on. But in the words of His Majesty, I am seeing this happening now, and it's like share these words, you know, that we look on ourselves in a more victorious, you know, did a lot of work. We shared a lot to the world community in terms of diet, our way of life is being adapted. The knowledge of the herb that we use, you know what I mean? You know, this legacy, great. So there's a lot of things we have given to the world. And His Majesty is telling us here, men have started to think in terms of their fellow men, their country and the world community. All must strive unceasingly to further these simple and yet fundamental principles and ideals, so that there shall be a better tomorrow for generations to come. And he say, in order to speed our economic development, most of us require extensive financial assistance. This is beautiful, because I'm just showing you how deep His Majesty see our situation in this message here. We need not to be ashamed of this fact, particularly when the poverty and ignorance from which our people suffer have been perpetuated through this deliberate and long-standing policies of others. So because of that, we definitely have to pave our own part, and we have given the vehicle,
yes,
you know, under the statical aspect, the house, this, you know. Yes. So this is the righteous government that established from the king, that is, we must, as black people all over the world. And Errol.
Blessed.
Yeah, you want to share this number with you now, and everyone, the organizer, international executive organizer.
They can share it when we have the...
I will put it in the chat. Put it in the air. Okay.
Yes, that sounds good. Thank you.
All right. So.
Yes. Now, Ras Richie, your turn. Wow. Yes, absolutely. You know, you're the way you explained everything, you know, it seems, I know there's, you know, we have problems and we have obstacles everywhere. But for right now, it looks like Antigua is definitely on the right path. And I want to commend you on that. And, you know, once you can, you know, unify with others to, you know, so others can get on the right path too, because to be honest, I don't think Jamaica is on that path right now. Trying to get there, but not really there. What is the next step for you as a movement?
Well, first thing first, for the good that has been going on in Wadabli, I hear Bongo Wisely is on the air.
Yes.
I have to big up Bongo Wisely all the time because he's also the president of Sierra, which I am a part of.
Yes.
And as a young man, I am the secretary as well. And with all due respect, Elder King Frangai, who passed away, is the brethren who I and I have been working with for the last couple of years, and leading up to the decriminalization of cannabis. The CRO hosted a conference here in Wadadley, and at that conference, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Honorable Gaston Brown, he also forward to the conference, and that's where, the famous apology to Rastafari here in Wadadley came from. So we have been really working and cherishing the good moments now going forward with establishing different arms of the organization, the Nibingi organization. Our mission is, to fulfill the creed, sit, nourish, age protected. We also have a school development in Big Creek area as well, that I should have mentioned earlier, which is governed by Elder King Sagaifu, another brethren who is on the Cannabis Authority Board as well. So these are the elders who have been the backbone for the progress of what you're seeing happening here in Wadadley right now.
Yes, amazing. I want to say a lot of respect, and gratitude to each and every one of them. And as we mentioned, Bongo Wisely is actually listening, so respect every time. Thanks so much. Now, Mr. Harvey, the House of Rastafari, how is the support been to this Rastafarian unification panel discussion when it comes on to you reaching out, you inviting, you getting answers, you're trying to find out certain things? How has that been for you, Mr. Harvey?
Yeah, that's a very nice question, Mama Kandu. Generally, this panel does not belong to the Reggae Storm radio station, because the Reggae Storm radio donate these 3 hours to the House of Rastafari. I don't mean by Bobo nor 12 Tribe nor Bingi, the House of Rastafari. But I don't know that the Bobo, 12 Tribe, and Bingi are the main 3 main column, that all of the House of Rastafari, Yes. So that's why we have these 3 brethren, our sisters from these 3 mansion and the panel every month.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So generally, at the House of Rastafari responsibility to take this panel and run it, because it is not is not say a Reggae Storm property. We donate it to the House of Rastafari. But that's the only support what we get in, is when I reach out to a brethren and them come on the panel.
Okay.
See? But the financial wise, like the flyer, and to see that Mama come get some reward to burn him current and spend time, because you have the children, you have a family, you attend to, and you use your current and all these things. But there's a big problem, Mama Khan, right now, because when we're talking about organize and centralize and these things, what His Imperial Majesty talk about. And when I want to look forward, I want to say Rasta starting the Rasta movement and start in Jamaica. See? Right? And the Bobo Hill, the headquarter, the Bindi Pitford, any one of them, at the Bindi headquarter, and the 12 Tribe as well, down at Jamaica, the headquarter. See? And when you look, they are not in position to come forward and defend the authentic truth where the House of Rastafari is here to fulfill. No, it lose from out of Jamaica. I am a Jamaican, but I have to face the reality. So small island out there, even in Africa, some other place, them moving to that, them have that authentic drive within the house of Rastafari, definitely. Jamaica lose it. The brethren in Jamaica lose it. And if I'm wrong, tell any Jamaican to phone me and tell me yes, and prove it where I'm wrong. Because if it is not so, take for instance, I sent a letter to the headquarters them down there. And if you check any island or any island where Bingi or Bobo or Churchill exist, they don't know nothing about it. That the fish is just chicken disaster. But I'm not saying the house of Rastafari not accomplish some good things, you know. That's not what I'm saying. Right. Saying, me I look for the things what they accomplish, you know. What is there, what the thing, what the basic thing, what the house stand for. It is not accomplished by us. You see what I mean? You know? And so I don't get no support, sis. We have put it that way. Different from now we getting the letter from Bahamas to show appreciation. We have Virgin Assistant Company, the panel. But that's not the point. The point is we gave it to the House of Rastafari. Yes. The House of Rastafari should take it. Because it's for them. It's the same. It's no different if we come to the Reggae Storm Radio. Say, Rastafari House, here is 100 billion England pound. It would be a different thing. You see, what for 1.5 for that. But if you say, come, this is a platform to unite the House of Rastafari. Then every man step back. Just what I mean. Well, like them, you know, the unity, then just, you know, what can happen. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and this is a pain.
Now that you have explained it, Mr. Harvey, and probably they understand more, because we have a lot of people listening on the radio right now. So now that they understand that these 3 or 2 hours is actually donated to the House of Rastafari. So maybe, you know, going forward, we'll get more support.
I hope.
Yes.
I hope. Because, you know, as I said, renovation, we have to renovate the house for betterment. Absolutely. You know, it can't say in the situation. You know, saying panel is here to do that. The panel is just a springboard, you know, with bigger things to happen. Because no one cannot do it besides we in the House of Rastafari. Yes. We can't wait for the Chinese, we can't wait for the Europeans, we can't wait for nobody else. We have to understand and through our really good pettiness, you know, saying and come together as Bingi, Bob, or 12 tribe come together because we are in the house. Right. You can't say, you're not Rasta. You're in the house already. Right. You know, saying so just throw the foolishness and make we unite and get the thing done.
Get it done.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. And compensate Mama can be in good work when I do because she have a bonner current. You know, saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. A reality.
And I'm sure as Michael will definitely, you know, agree. The renovation, the unification of, you know, the house. This is the aim. You know, this is the aim, and I'm sure everybody has one mission. So, you know, moving forward from today, I'm sure that more things will be done, more achievement. I'm sure when we come back next month, we will be, you know, happy and proud of what was spoken on this panel this day.
Yes. So I will take give thanks again.
Yes.
Opportunity. I want to ask Mr. Harvey if he had looked on the constitution, the digital constitution that I sent him from His Majesty, inaugurate, endorse it, ordained it, yeah.
Yeah, I have a small little prep, but you know, that I need more time to relax because, you know, some things on my table. I'm going to get it off, you know, that I can focus. But I have it, and I make a little prep, and for sure, guarantee, I'm going to respond to in the short future, my lad.
Wonderful.
You know?
Yeah, true.
Yes.
You can share it too. You can share it with others.
Yeah, but King Haile, this is a very important topic for me personally, because these are things what worry me every time. Because, the Rastafari, them not only adore Emperor Selassie, them praise Emperor Selassie as them God. And if His Imperial Majesty I form a government or a constitution and say, yo, this is for the people. Say, and then we have Bobo, 12 Tribe and Bingi, and yet there's no government them can show. I wonder why preventing them from coming into the World Federation, right? And say, okay, let me establish a Rastafari government here. I said, this is the Rastafari government then. Make we run it then. Saying, I don't know what is the obstacles. Then these are things what I have to find out for myself. Yes. You know, saying, so I have to go through that diligently, go through that thing what you sent to apply. You know, saying. But I want to ask you a question. There's a sister named Miss Donna Sanford. You know her?
I know of her. Yeah.
Yeah. And these are the people the item have in the office of His Imperial Majesty Administrate, right?
No, that particular okay, no.
No,
the current headquarters in New York.
But she's the secretary.
Yeah.
She's the secretary for the Ethiopian World Federation, or don't I?
Well, she can be. She can say anything. Yes, that's maybe a next local or
But maybe these are the problem why Rastafari neither one choose to come into the World Federation, because of the way she speaks to me, right? Show me directly, don't come, never try to join this thing.
Whoa, maybe,
right.
Errol, maybe they need a Kambooster there who is welcoming. Yes, definitely.
That's it. You see, but what it takes now, instead of we stand up, we have to, come in and fix it, or that would clear up when the right people step in.
Right.
It's a simple solution. We can solve it from looking out and say, if we really see that this is what we have to do. Except the Lord did the house, they that labor in vain.
Yeah.
Because the house we are talking about, meaning the government. No, it can be. It's the black man government, because our king, Haile Selassie I, come to free us from oppression and set the captives free, take away transgression, and to rule it with equality. Mm-hmm. And by conquering, and after the victory at the Battle of Adwa first, and then His Majesty defeat Mussolini and the Italians and put Rome. And say our Armageddon is past. So that victory represents a new era where now is governing and claiming us, all black people all over the world, as his king. As our king, he is our king, and we are the Commonwealth and part of Ethiopia. So that was really what was done, by taking us out of the hands of the colonialists, all in capitalism, imperialism, and colonialism that we were under, out of that band. And because they defeat the fascist invasion, which was going to sweep the world, He now established God's righteous government on earth. That's what He come to do. And that is what this establishment is about. But it's we the people, we the Ethiopians scattered abroad. That is our vehicle now and our redemption.
So, Rasta Michael, do you think forming a Rastafarian government in the 12 tribe mansion is something possible, to be honest?
But that's all I've been talking about, If our father, if it's Haile Selassie that stamped this document and say, he ordained it. Right? He's the one that established this. So when you say Rastafari, he was Tafari Makonnen here and playing potentiary. Then he became Rastafari Makonnen. And then Negos, you know, King of Kings, and then Emperor.
Yes.
In terms of world affairs, then what he represents is the light of this world. And the authority constitutionally and statically to govern and rule.
Right.
So it's to redeem us. This is a big part. This is what the Federation was established to do. Redeem us and give us the opportunity to govern ourselves.
Yes.
Under this concept, this federation, not an organization, it's a federation. So you have different member states.
Yes.
And then you have the federal body, which is the parent body.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
It's a challenge, but this is where we are maybe inequipped, not fully, you know what I mean? But other individuals have certain knowledge and education today.
Yes.
That if we come together, we can carry it out.
Yes. And Richie, what would you say regarding that, the Rastafarian government?
I give thanks. Blessed Lord, give thanks. Having a government, I see, it's already established. It's just that the current organs that are involved right now just need to gain the respect from the other brethren within, the world, within the Caribbean, within Antigua, within Jamaica.
Right.
Because, as I said, CRO is established, and I here in Modadins put our full trust in CRO to handle anything regionally. And in terms of even within Africa, RCC is very close to members from CRO as well. So we here are the ones who are responsible for CRO functioning and carrying out the duties of said, the mission for Rastafari. So on that level, I don't see another government being formed or whatever, but what we have now in place is what we need to put the energy in so we can keep the power.
Yes, absolutely. And someone on Facebook just said, give thanks for ones and ones for the reasoning. We need a nationhood before a government. So getting right into a Rastafarian government is not an easy task, definitely not. And as the person just said, we have to have nationhood before government. So unification is important. Coming together is important. Working together is important before we can even, think of really having like a physical government intact. Mr. Harvey, absolutely. I was coming right to you.
Okay, thanks. But this is what the panel is all about, Mama Kam.
Yes.
It's to bring the Naya Bingi, Bobo, and the 12 tribe, right?
Yes.
To get them organized, as I said before in the previous panel, I sent a letter to them.
Right.
They got it.
Yes.
They got it. So the panel, as I said, is like a springboard. Right? And the panel is for them to, when them organize these man can organize themselves, right? Or they want us, because Bobo can't tell 12 tribe and Bingi can't go 12 tribe go organize the 12. They have to organize them, the organization where they mean to. They have them know how to organize them thing, right? So we are saying organize and get yourself ready. And when them organize now, we work in the house of Rastafari. See? And when them in the house of Rastafari now, we set up a government where we govern the whole mansions and those who is not affiliated with none of these mansions, but still in the house of Rastafari. We set up a general government. That means we will have our own prison. We will have everyone, take for instance, if a Rasta go there and do something wrong in the post-colonial government territory, that government out there Labour Right and PMP government where them serve. Say cannot prisoner charge and prison no Rasta man. Them only can detain them. Detain a Rasta person. And when they detain them, hand it over to the Rasta government. And the Rasta government will discipline them. Right? So we have to set up a Rasta government and set up certain treaty or whatever with all the post-colonial government in the world and have certain seats also at the UN if it's possible. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have to depend on the UN if to defend our rights. You see what I mean?
Yes.
You know, because the United Nations, is a dictated organization controlled by the colonial power. You see what I mean? Because they talk about democracy, saying there's no other organization at the opposite against the United Nations. Yeah, them have a thing where they call it non-alliance, something like so. And when I sent the letter to Chavez from Venezuela before him dead, saying I'm Fidel Castro, right? Saying they take the same idea and go out with a thing in Cuba. They make a conference in Cuba, saying and call this man, what they call him again? He was Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan. Yeah. It was Kofi Annan. You know what I'm saying? So certain things out there where I done already, you know, sis.
Yes.
Saying, but I don't mention these things because, you know, the house of Rastafari, I have come back to the house of Rastafari. If we organize in the right and proper way, we don't have to go to no government at all. We set up our own government and focus on the work where we come to do.
Right.
That's what I mean, because no government out there not going to repatriate and I.
Right.
And we have to set up our government and focus on our work, our duty.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. But sister, this is the thing. The panel is here.
It is here.
The panel is here. You don't know what you are doing, sister, but you are doing a great work. But time will tell, as Bob Marley said. You know what I mean? And I hope brethren and sisters out there understand that it is time now that Rasta step forward.
Yes.
Saying, step forward and control and run our own affair, because marijuana not run by the government. Because them was against it. Reggae music supposed to, reggae industry supposed to run by Rastafari, because if on a Rastafari reggae music would not say so you can't separate Rastafari and reggae then, put it that way. Right. Say, you know, so and they come now. I send the letter to the 3 headquarters in Jamaica, saying and give them an idea how we can generate income for the house of Rastafari without marijuana and reggae music, and set up our own bank, our own school. Yes. Saying, as Ras Michael was talking about the health center where you building a Lindsay area, saying we must have all this, we want government, we want prison, we want buried ground, everything. You see, in fire brigades, everything we have our own government. But the problem is, sister, look at the Virgin Association, it seems to me they're working for some undercover agent to stifle the house of Rastafari. Or maybe I'm wrong. Say, or because the house of Rastafari now stick to the World Federation, why it's in this trouble. Now, these are things we have to try to find out what it is. If some double agent in the house of Rastafari, or we are the Rastafari, are upon a wrong lane. And these are things when me search out for myself what it is. That's what I mean.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell, Errol, but I just want to commend you for the wonderful work that you're doing. And, you know, when you talk about healthcare, you know, providing a health center back home in Jamaica, that is great news. And I just hope that, you know, sponsors and people will come on board and help, because with this initiative, you cannot go wrong, because healthcare is what, people all over the world needs, especially in Jamaica. Too often people, lose their life because of, improper healthcare. So just keep it up. I know it will take a while, because you can't do it by yourself. People need to come on board, but I hope they will, open their eyes and see the greatness that you're doing, Mr. Harvey, and we'll get the full strength of the people to come on board, especially in the Rastafarian community.
Yeah. Emperor Selassie, I furnished the house of Rastafari with everything what he know it going to need to lead his people out of the hands of fear. There's nothing certain in the house of Rastafari. Nothing. We have teacher, we have liar, we have judge, we have highly educated people, we have dons, we have everything. Everything inside the house of Rastafari. We're not looking nothing. We're not look out of nothing. Everything is in the house of Rastafari. But the problem, what is not established in the house of Rastafari is that unity and love and care for each other. You know, that's
I hope we get it.
I have a next good news.
Yes.
Give
us the good news.
That is important, because this is how His Majesty could address the situation. And I hear what you're saying, and I just want to share this. Nationhood, as your sister said, and Facebook mentioned, right? We have to be like, nationhood means identity, and in our independence.
Yes.
And you form a nation. That's a nation, and then you get your. But to have a nation and to have a government, you have to have a flag. Just first, you have to have land. Land. Because if you don't have land to start, you have to have land, a flag, people, and a constitution.
Yes.
And as I hear Errol say, all of that is here, that has been given. But everything what you're thinking right now, Errol, it can't happen overnight.
No, definitely.
And something take a certain time to evolve, to manifest, to bear fruit.
Absolutely.
So this is not a quick crop. This is what we're trying to do. You have to understand it's going to take a certain amount of time, like 2 generations, whatever. You have to just pass the button to the next one.
So we have to start somewhere, definitely.
Yeah.
If it even takes that time, we have to start somewhere. So
yeah, no, of course, that's the point.
Yeah.
But we must get disheartened. We must know that we have an end result by, and this is how His Majesty address it, right?
Yes.
And so we must remember that many states that today represent the major powers of the world were once weak.
Yes.
We must remember, that many states that today represent the major powers of the world were once weak.
Yes.
Were once prey to the other major forces. But, however, through the process of assimilation, through the process of the realization of a fundamental national interest, and through the process of combination that they have achieved, this is what I want to bring out already. They have become the major powers. So we are positioned well, Brother Harvey, and everyone on the panel.
Yes.
And I, over the years, the 93 years that we said from the coronation, we must look on it positively and say that through the process of the combination and that they have achieved, that combination means everyone that achieved certain things over the years organizationally, we put it, centralize it,
Yes.
under this constitution and govern ourselves and
Absolutely, Ras Michael, I love that. We have to start somewhere. If it even means, as you said, to pass the baton on, but at least, because our foreparents, they definitely passed it on to us so that we can, be sitting and standing here tonight and, spreading the good news and the message, the motive, and what we plan to achieve from all of this. Now we're going to wrap up right now, but go ahead, Ras Richie. Give your I don't like to use the word final words, but as part of your closing, go ahead. The platform is yours. Share what you have to say.
Yeah. My blessed love to Brother Errol and the hard work that he's putting in. And the reward is definitely close. Give thanks to the host as well. It was nice working with the eye.
Thank you.
And the mission here in Wadadli is definitely, as His Imperial Majesty said, to organize and centralize.
Yes.
And this is what we've been doing. This is what we'll continue to do. Again, CRO and the whole of the Caribbean, we're definitely here, as with Wadadli House, to give the INM strength for some of the grounds that, we break here. And we know it's possible. It's just about the right timing, getting the people working in the offices, just like what Brother Era keep calling for. Just keep doing everything that we're doing, just to keep doing it consistently and be better at what we do. So give thanks and praises, Rastafarian.
Thank you so much, Richie. Really, really enjoyed and appreciate that. And it's definitely my pleasure, to be hosting this wonderful panel discussion. Rest Michael, you can go ahead. The platform is yours. The world is listening. Go right ahead.
So in wrapping up, the same message,
Yes.
We managed to say as well, our greatest strength is our uniqueness as Africans.
Yes.
So, and we must use that asset that we have to the fullest.
Yes. Absolutely.
Which is, as Africans, unity is our greatest asset.
Unity.
Yeah. And we have to utilize that to its fullest. So, once we hear about the opportunity or the situation that we can stay keep doing what we're doing, but umbrella under this, like a league, let's say a federation, like, you'd have, maybe started the Caribbean Federation, but they didn't fully accomplish it. But in Africa, the countries that were checkered board on the continent, His Majesty, as you know, we know about 1963 and the OAU, and gave them a constitution that we could move those colonial borders, that checkered board, move all those, and get independence for each of these countries from colonialism. But he had to do it with a charter, and that charter was the Organization of African Unity, gave them a headquarters, a flag, and a constitution. So to administer the whole governance of the continent overall. And each of these, instead of there being prime ministers, there will be like mayors and, of these states, but each of these leaders had a chance to lead the organization every year. So it's switched hands, so it's a real example of federal government, federal administration with many states. So that same model, that's how the federation is established as well. So we can maintain our stateship, our individual autonomy within our locals, our charters, but we're under the federal administration of the federation, which was handed down by the throne of David, giving us sovereignty because Ethiopia is sovereign. And he's doing it as a sovereign king.
Yes.
This makes this entity, because linked with the land, the flag, our flag, as you know, is the same Ethiopian flag. All of this is written in the Constitution, so.
Yes, thank you so
Maybe that good, yes. So that unity with the African continent, that organization, the OAU, and through the 6th region, which will open up for the diaspora, this organization and other organization, Black leadership organization, in coming in oneness as diaspora, would work with the OAU or the AU as it is today, and that's how we have our full strength, full armory as a people.
Yes. Thank you.
Governing wisdom. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Mr. Harvey, right over to you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Bama. Yeah, man. I just feel happy,
Yes.
To see the unity. And and I have to thank each and every one, Honorable Ras Michael and Honorable Ras Richard and Honorable Sister Keturah for the news, and you, Sister Cam, Mama Cam, you know, to stand by to see, to not even stand by, to stand up to see the unity of Rastafari, so Rastafari can get in vision come to reality. You know what I say? Yes. And this panel, I'm guaranteed this panel is a springboard for that. Saying? Yes. And so thank you, Mama Cam, for stood by our side from beginning until now. Yes. Right? And I would like all the listeners out there to spread the news that we need the Rastafari house to take this panel up. We donate it to you, the house of Rastafari. And right now, we're gonna set up a GoFundMe page, right? So Mama can get some income for his light bill and time, right? And he even can spend more time because we have 1 hour leave, ahead, what not utilized as yet. You see what I mean? So Rasta people, wake up and make we unite and for the betterment, not only for the house of Rastafari, because if Rastafari unite, I'm telling you, black people have a better future in generally, especially we in the Western world and Africa as well, because everything what Rasta do, the world follow. See? Yeah. So just keep the positive going so the world can follow a better pathway, right? In this world. So give thanks again to each and every one and bless up the family. See you next month, the same time, same place on Reggae Storm Radio.
Thank you so much.
You don't want to tell the sisters that you're going to have Queen Mother Moses next month? Because it's 20th, right?
Yeah, man.
We're not touching with it now.
Hey, Mama, we have a big surprise. We have big guests next month,
Yes.
Yeah, man, we have big guests next month. Queen Mother Moses coming next month, man. Yes, give thanks for the lion for reminder. Oh, man, we have big guests,
Thanks for the reminder. Thank you. Looking forward to it. Absolutely looking forward.
Just keep the faith and focus on the good work, and other brethren and sisters will see it and come in,
Yes, absolutely.
It's just a pity that the brethren from Togo is not, but sometimes these things can happen without our control, so we don't know what's really going on. But give thanks, the work still move up.
Absolutely. Things happen. So I just want to say thank you so much, Mr. Harvey, for the opportunity of moderating this panel, and to my fellow panelists. Thank you, Ras Michael. Thank you, Ras Richie. It was definitely a pleasure. And Sister Keturah in Barbados for presenting the global news. It was definitely my pleasure. Everyone who's listening on the radio, everyone who is watching on Instagram and on Facebook, thanks everyone for the support. It has been amazing. And, see you next month, and let's just continue with this baton, and spread the word and get the mission and get the result that we are working for.
In your name it will.
It will.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Like that.
All right, so this is how we end the program. It has been a great night, a great show. Until next time, I'm DJ Kambooster. Good evening.
Rastafari.